Hello friends, I am back with another video on Sociology Optional subject for UPSC CSE Means Examination. And in this video we are going to cover population dynamics, population policy and family planning part 2, which is related to current scenario and the current perspective. And please do these free hours. It will really motivate me to continue this awesome course for you and share as much as possible so that more and more people will get benefit. Comment and like the video and ask any doubt if you have, and hit the subscription button below the video as hard as you can. And you can also follow us on FB page, that is facebook.com/unorthodox academy. So friend, as you know that we are covering slot 2 autonomous topic. In this video we are going to cover section C, population policy and family planning of population dynamics, and in the next video we are going to cover emerging issues, and the questions related to population dynamics will be in the next video of emerging issues. So as per the latest World Population Prospect released by UN, which is revised on 2015, the estimated population of India will be 1419 million approximately, whereas the China's populations will be approximately 1409 million by 2022, in spite of perceptible decline in total fertility rate, that means TFR. And basically TFR means the number of child or the birth a couple will have in her whole reproductive life, and it is reduced from 3.6% in 1991 to 2.3 in 2013. And now you are thinking that there is never a birth in point, so basically either you have 2 child, 3 or 4. So this point is came because of the mathematical calculation of an average. So on a basis of a long period, so that's why it is in point. And in 1991 it is 3.6, and in 2013 it is reduced to 2.3. India is yet to achieve replacement level of 2.1, but there are 24 states and UTs which have already received this by 2013. And while states like UP and Bihar, they have large population base still, and they have TFR of 3.1 and 3.5, and the other states like Jharkhand has 2.7, Rajasthan has 2.8, MP has 2.9, and Chhattisgarh had 2.6, and they have continued to higher levels of fertility and contributed to the growth of populations. Then NPP, that is National Population Policy, is uniformly applicable to the whole country. In the pursuance of this policy, government has taken a number of measures under family planning program, and the result of this, population growth rate in India has reduced substantially, which is evident from the following points. The first point is the percentage decadal growth rate of country has declined significantly from 21.5% to 17.7% in the period of 1991 to 2001 and 2001 to 2011 respectively. Then there is TFR, which was at 3.2 at the time of when NPP 2000 was adopted, and the same has declined to 2.3 as per sample registration survey, that is SRS 2013, conducted by the Registrar General of India. And as the existing NPP is uniformly applicable irrespective of region and communities, therefore there is no proposal under consideration of the government to formulate new uniform population policy. And the steps taken by government to control or measure the population growth of India by the government of India are: the first one are the ongoing interventions, and these here the more emphasis on spacing method like IUCD. Basically these are contraceptive device which is used for spacing the child births, and there is availability of fixed static service at all facilities. A rational human resource development plan is in process or in provision of IUCD, Minilab and NCV to empower the facilities, DH, DCHCs, PHC, SSC with at least one provider each for each of the services, and sub-centers with ANMs trained in IUD insertions. Then there is quality care in family planning services by establishing quality assurance committee at state and district levels. Then improving contraceptive supply management to up to the peripheral facilities. Demand generation activities in the form of display of posters, billboards and other audio and video materials in the various facilities, ensuring the process of flowing of informations in the community. National Family Planning Indemnity Scheme, that is NFPIS, under which clients are insured in the eventualities of deaths, complication and failures following sterilizations, and the providers and accredited institutions are indemnified against litigation in those eventualities. Then there is also compensation scheme for sterilization except under the scheme of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which provides compensation for loss of wage to the beneficiary and also to the service provider and team for conducting sterilizations. Then there is increased male participation and promotion of non-scalpel vasectomy. Then there is an emphasis on a minicap tubectomy services because of its logical simplicity and required of only MBBS doctors and not peer postgraduate gynecologists and surgeons. And according to the more private NGO, more private and NGO facility to increase the provider base for family planning services under PPP mode, that is public-private partnership mode. Then there is a strong political will and advocacy at the highest levels, especially in states with a high fertility rate, that is Jharkhand, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, MP, UP. Then there is a scheme for home delivery. Then there are new intervention in the family planning program, and there is a scheme for home delivery of contraceptives by Ashas at doorstep of beneficiaries. The government has launched a scheme to utilize the service of Asha to deliver a contraceptive at the doorstep of beneficiaries. Then there is a scheme too for Ashas to ensure spacing in births. Then they are financially incentivized, and it is operational from 16 May 2012. And the scheme services of Asha is to be utilized for counseling newly married couples to ensure delay of 2 years in birth after the marriage, and couples with one child to have a spacing of 3 years after the birth of first child. Then Ashas are also paid to the following incentive under the scheme, and the incentives are rupees 500 to Ashas for ensuring spacing of 2 years after marriage, then ensuring rupees 500 for ensuring spacing of 3 years after the first child, then rupees 1000 in case of couples opt for permanent limiting method up to 2 child only. That means after this they are not able to reproduce. Then the scheme is being implemented in 8 states of the country, like 8 EAG, that empowered group states, then 8 northeast groups, Gujarat and Haryana. Then there is boost to spacing method by introducing of new method, that is PPP IUCD, that is postpartum intrauterine contraceptive devices. Then there is also introduction of new devices, that is copper T, which is also known as copper IUCD 375, which is effective for 5 years. Then emphasis on postpartum family planning. There are services with the introduction of PPI UCD and promotions of mini lab as the main mode of providing sterilization in the form of postpartum sterilization to capitalize on the huge case coming in for institutional delivery under Janani Suraksha Yojana, that is JSY, assured delivery of family planning services for both IUCD and sterilization. Then compensation for sterilization acceptor has been enhanced for those 11 states which has TFR rate. Then compensation scheme for PPIUCD, under which the service provider as well as Asha who escorts the clients to health facility for facilitating the IUCD insertions are compensated. They are provided incentives and in compensation for the loss of daily wage. A scheme for provision of pregnancy testing kits at the sub-centers as well as in the drug kit of Ashas for use in the communities to facilitate the early detection and decision making for the outcome of pregnancy. Then there is RMNCH counselor, that is reproductive, maternal, newborn and child health availability at the high case facilities to ensure counseling of clients visiting the facilities. Then there is also World Population Day, which is on 11 July and the fortnight, and the event is based over a month long period, and it is split in 2 fortnights. The first fortnight is for mobilization and sensitization, followed by a fortnight of assured family planning service delivery, and has made a mandatory activity from 2012, and 13 it starts from 27 June each year. The Family Planning 2022 division is working on the national and state-wise action plan so as to achieve family planning 2020 goals, and the key commitments of family planning 22 are as under. And the first one is increasing financial commitment on family planning, whereby India commits an allocation of $2 billion from 12 to 20. Then ensuring access to family planning services to 48 million additional women by 2020. Then sustaining the coverage of 100 million women currently using contraceptives. Then the main thing is this, that National Population Policy 200 gave a focused approach to the problem of population stabilizations. And following the policy, the government also enacted the Constitutionality 84th Amendment Act 2002, and this Amendment Act freezes, basically it stops the state-wise allocation of seats in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha up to 2026. As you know that the seats in the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha is based on the population of the states. So this Amendment Act, that is 84th Amendment Act, freezes or stops amendment on the basis of population, and it was expected that this will serve as a motivational measure in order to enable state government to fearlessly and effectively pursue the agenda for population stabilization contained in the National Population Policy of 2000. Then the National Commission on Population was formed in the year 2000. The commission chaired by Prime Minister and had its mandate to review, monitor and give direction for the implementation of NPP, that is National Population Policy. Then there is also reducing the unmet need by an improved access to voluntary family planning services, supplies and information. And in addition to above, the Jansankhya Sthirta Kosh, that is National Population Stabilization Fund, has adopted the following strategy as population contingent measure. The first strategy is Prerna strategy, then Santushti, then National Helpline Number N, then advocacy and IEC activities. Then in Prerna strategy, JSK has launched JSK, that means Jansankhya Sthirta Kosh, has launched this strategy for helping to push up the age of marriage of girls and delay in the first child and spacing in second child birth of children in the interest of health of young mothers and infants. The couple who adopt this strategy award suitably. This helps to change the mindset of community, which is the most important thing at the present time, as the mindset of needs community should be changed according to time. And under this strategy, Jansankhya Sthirta Kosh invites private sector gynecologists and vasectomy surgeons to conduct sterilization operation in public PPP mode. The private hospitals and nursing home who achieve target to 10 or more are suitably awarded as per strategy. Then National Helpline Number, that is JSK, also running. JSK, that means Jansankhya Sthirta Kosh, also running call center for providing free advice on reproductive health, family planning and maternal health and child health. And the toll free number is this. Then there is JSK is a part of its awareness and advocates on population stabilization, has established network and partners with the other ministries, development partners, private community sectors, corporate and professional bodies for spreading its activities throughout electronic media, print media, workshop, walkathon and other multi-level activities at the national level, state, district and block level. So thank you guys for listening me. I know that my speed is little bit fast, but it needs to be covered. So thank you guys for listening me and watching this video. Please do these things. Thank you.